version that came out, they added about 8 minutes of cut scenes back into the film. Is there even more than that? Originally, I thought the director had said there was about 20 minutes of film that was cut from it. And I know when the extended version came out, there was about 8 minutes added. And I know at the beginning of when the DVD shows, there's a statement from him saying this is, you know, what his intention of it, to the final cut to be. But was there other scenes that still have not been added into the restored version, do you know?
Yes, Tom's scene in the implement shed where a giant auger goes through him and his girlfriend when they're making love. That scene somehow got lost, and they haven't been able to find it, because that was an incredible scene that we shot.
All that work, making out all day.
It was a beautiful scene the way we did it, and it's never been seen. It's just the expose of them being found in the room.
Oh, wow. See, I'm learning stuff too.
Right here.
Was it really difficult to film in the mines? I know you guys are actually within the mines, correct?
Yes.
Was there a lot of like claustrophobic type of, you know, how was that overall to work with you guys?
Perhaps I could answer. Before we even started filming, I think it was the male cast was flown in ahead of the other cast members, because George had wanted the miners to go through the experience of what it was like to actually be in a working mine. And those of us who were chosen, I was actually chosen by accident. The small group went down to the very face of where I think that's the face where...
Yep, it was in the 22nd Colliery in Glace Bay, Nova Scotia, working mine. Sorry.
So I went down something like 2 or 3 miles underground, under the ocean, right to where the coal was, I'll use the word harvested, was being harvested. That's the big wheel was going around, and I'd gone down with only a bandana across my face and my leather jacket, and I came up about an hour or 2 later. I was completely black. But actually starting off going down the mine, we had to sit in these little boxes, little box cars, with a wire that was alive, if I'm correct. And we were warned like not to reach out and touch it, but to just stay in the box. And you're going down this mine and you're bouncing all over. That was a brand new experience. It wasn't like going down an escalator in Sears or an elevator down here at the hotel. And then to come back up, there were different stages, and along the way we were being educated, being told that this is where the horses would be, and this is where they would be for the rest of their lives, and until it was time for them to be put down under the mine. And they told us how they did that, so we got acquainted with that lifestyle, the way it might have been. I want to fast forward now. So anyway, that was our introduction. Then when we got into the mine, we were also told that we had to be aware that we would be notified if the gas from the mine was making its way forward. Claustrophobic, I don't think I felt that. I don't think any of the other actors or actresses, by the time we got into the mine, felt that way. But it was cold, and I recall it. I think it zaps. It takes up a lot of energy to be down there. And remember, you know, when we're not filming, we're standing still, and we're trying to find a place to get out of the way and stay warm, and yet stay in character the whole time. So I don't, claustrophobic? Well, I don't think so.
One thing I do recall on the trip that Alf described is a bunch of us guys had been told that real tough miner guys use chewing tobacco. And so somebody had purchased some and passed it around to us mostly city boys, and I think by the end of the afternoon, a couple of us, I know myself, Alf said he turned black. I was turning pretty green.
Well, nobody told me you couldn't swallow. I was wretched. I was doubled over there because I just went, cherry. Oh my God, that's awful.
Yeah, I haven't gone near char or chewed tobacco since then. It got me right out of the habit. was a real interesting feeling working underground. I don't know, for all I know, this is Pennsylvania here. Some folks in this room may have been, or their family may have worked in mines and stuff. It's sort of a funny feeling to think that you have 2 miles worth of rock above your head, or
An ocean.
and then water, an ocean. Yeah, it's more of a thing it does to your head than but it was tiring in a funny sort of way too. We had to do a lot of transporting equipment up and down the pit. The logistics of it were quite extraordinary.
I did notice too that with those scenes, it was very realistic in terms of, that's why I asked it. This is something that can't be staged. It really was that the environment. You guys were a brave crew. You guys delivered, and you guys all, as fans, you guys all.
I remember one particular moment where I thought, this is nuts. we were being on the tour of the live mine. I don't know if anyone else recollects this. And our tour guide was leading a group of us actors down one of the hallways, or whatever you call it, a cave. And we passed by this one miner who was burying charges into the floor. And I guess he was doing that to clear for the tracks, to lay down new tracks for the rail car, whatever. So we walked past him, and then at one point we heard this loud whistle down the hallway. And we all turned around, we could see this guy's light still lighting up, and then it disappeared. And then I heard it. Boom! And then the guy said, okay, wait a minute, wait for it. We're standing in the hallway, and suddenly, like I really felt the explosion come down the hallway, and that's when I thought, I'm not sure I want to do this anymore. It was pretty wild.
Well, the nice thing is that, like, even those that never had a scene in the mine, George wanted so much for us to have that experience that people like the Carl Marat, who played Dave, who I don't think had a scene in the mine, and myself got to go on that trip. And Keith and Al were right online with me there. And I remember this giant rock landed, and Keith was a little nervous. Keith, who's not with us anymore, was just a tremendous guy to work with. And
Keith played Hollis, just thinking
Yeah.
behind me.
But it fell, and it I think it must have been like 20-pound rock, just a coal hit like right in front of his boot. He went, did you see that? and then we walked, and then there was another miner there, and these were all like place boys and Nova Scotia guys. So either Nova Scotia or Newfoundland. He was, well, did anyone ever tell you this is heaven by? He said, they lie in his hell. And that was my big memory of going down to the face, and also the way how much energy we didn't have coming back up. It was incredible. And we were only there for 3 hours.
Another aspect of that, of filming down there, to that claustrophobic feeling that you might have felt, was that we weren't allowed to use industrial lighting. We only could use 60-watt bulbs because of the methane threat. So even the lantern that I had on my helmet was supercharged because it was used to light some of the scenes. And I had to tilt my head in such an unnatural way to light the actress or the actor that I was about to kill, that I walked around for 2 months like this. And George was quite adamant about tilting my head all the time. So it was quite interesting because of that high. I think we only had one time, Neil, that there was a risk of methane, wasn't there?
I can't remember that, but you know, you were always sort of waiting to hear from the guys who ran it. You know, whether it was time to get the heck out quick. Yeah. Can I ask Chris Carnell, Chris, what was it like working on the remake in terms of the mine, the environment that you guys filmed that in?
Well, I don't think our mine was as cool as yours. You're 2 miles under the ocean. It's awesome. Ours was just one that was almost off the highway, maybe half a mile, then into the side of the mountain, and they just follow the coal veins as they go.